Hey guys, how are you today? Let's see, give this a minute. See who's here. Good times with Jen and Steve. Hello, how are you? I'm never going to finish editing my videos. I hear you. Art and Adventures with Tasha. Hi Tasha, how are you? Paul is here as always. Y'all, it has been a rough week. I mean to tell you, I think I told you guys last week my husband was sick. He had just gotten sick like the day before, so Tuesday, I guess. And then I told you I had to work Wednesday night. I volunteered to work someone's shift. And then I went to work Thursday night. And while I was at work, I started feeling a little bit rough. Figured I was getting the cold, flu, whatever my husband had. And so I finished out my shift, and then by the time I got up Friday morning, I was bad. It was so miserable. So I called in to work on Friday, and then I called my boss on Saturday morning, and I told her I was still pretty bad, and she's the one who said that I should probably get a COVID test. Because they still were offering the COVID pay, which turns out is ending on Friday. So I got, I guess, just in time. So anyway, Saturday, after she told me that, I went down to, well, first I did an at-home COVID test, and it came back positive. So then I went to the clinic and got the official test, and sure enough, it came back positive. And my husband was with me, so he went ahead and took a test also, and we were both positive. And they gave us the medication. It's supposed to be within 5 days. You can start taking that. And I am just now, I started feeling a little bit better yesterday. And then I feel quite a bit better today. So, but up until then, wow, I would not wish this on anybody. And then yesterday we had to take my stepson up to get a test, and he came back positive. So it has been a fun week. I have spent most of my week in bed or asleep on the couch. Danny, hello. Rich, Canadian fishing musician, thank you for stopping by. CNC Farms, Ashley, hello. Jamie's Country Living, how are you doing? So yeah, I did start looking at some of the updates and stuff that there were, like I've been doing, and there really isn't anything. All the talk and all the what's the word I'm looking for? Everything is centers around the updates and the news from last week. So not a lot going on, but I really didn't have time or feel like doing much research or anything. I think you could probably still hear it in my voice. It's kind of bad still. I'm still a little out of breath. Still have some of the chest issues, the sinus stuff. It's not been fun. Now, my husband, on the other hand, is not getting better at all. As a matter of fact, I think he might even be worse. So I don't know, if he doesn't get better in the next day or two, then he's probably going to have to go to the hospital because he's having some real problems. Orange cordial made with boiled water while still not on. Natural honey. Okay, throat issue. Yeah. I'm doing all the things that I can to help with that, but only so much you can do. So anyway, it's been a rough week, but started feeling better. And, up until this morning, I really thought I was probably going to have to cancel my live for today. But I really didn't want to do that. This is my one time a week, and I enjoy doing this. So sits up and walks around a little. Yeah, yeah. He's doing that. He's drinking lots of water. And like I said, he got the medication too. So, but it just doesn't seem to be helping. Fever, I think he's okay there. But see, my husband has a lot of stomach type issues already. So whereas most of the symptoms for me were chest and head, 90%. I mean, I had a little bit of, I hate saying all these words, but I had a little bit of diarrhea and a little bit of nausea and all that kind of stuff. But mine was mostly, I'm a smoker, so mine was mostly chest and sinuses and all that stuff. Whereas my husband, he had a little bit of the head and chest stuff, but his all went to the stomach issues. And like I said, he's already got a lot of problems there. And so I'm assuming, it affected me up here because I'm a smoker, and it affected him on the other issues because he already has problems there as it is. So, bless his heart, he's not doing too good. It's been rough. So, Net's vlog. Hello, how are you? The only time of the week Janet gets tortured and she loves it. Oh, Jen, you had it twice. Yeah, this is my first time, and I have had both of the regular inoculations, and I've also had the first booster that came after that. So I've had the 3 of the shots, and they say that if you had those, then when you do get it, it's not as bad, and I just cannot imagine what this would be like if it was worse, because this is miserable. I mean, I've had food poisoning and I've had the flu and all that kind of stuff, but nothing touches what this was like. It was awful. So it's been an interesting week, and it's funny because, just as I was talking about how I was catching up on things and getting videos posted and, getting stuff edited to try and get ahead a little bit and all that. Well, I should have started that a week or 2 earlier so that I could have kept things going this week, but that didn't happen. So here I am behind again. I have 2 brothers that have had it. One of them had it twice. I haven't had it. Yeah. And see, I thought I was going to get lucky because here we are kind of, towards the end of it, I would think. It's supposed to be a whole lot better than it was. And, even, in my line of work, I'm in touch with people all the time, around people, around money, which can't be good, and all that. And I've been lucky all the way up until now. So I don't know. We figure it probably came from all of the doctor's appointments, between him with the eye doctor and the surgery center and all that stuff, and then me every 3 days going into the clinic for the repacking and all that on my leg. We figured that's probably where we got it, but yeah, see, you had no vacation. See, that's my problem is I used all of my vacation days for the surgery and all that stuff that was going on. So that was why my boss suggested that I get the COVID test, because I could get the COVID pay. 5 days of COVID pay. So, I'm glad I did. And then it just so happened we saw on the news yesterday, I think it was, that Friday is the last day that they're offering the COVID pay, at least in the state of California. So Danny is too sweet to ignore people. Yummy, I ain't so sweet. Oh, Paul, you're all talk. Thank you, Netsblog. I appreciate it. And Danny, by the way, speaking of the donations, I know I told you I was going to donate a t-shirt, but I also need your size and what color, because I will send one to you also. So my merchandise thing is on. I'm listening to you all the time. Our prayers are with you and your family. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate it. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, my merchandise is on. It's through Spring or Teespring as it used to be. It's on my About page, and you can go there and look. There are 2 different T-shirts. One's the women's cut, one's the regular cut, and there's a couple of different colors. So pick out which one you want. Let me know what color. Yes, Danny, you get a shirt. Let me know what color you want, and I'll get that sent out to you also. So, and I ordered one for me and one for my husband, and I also ordered 2 coffee cups. So I thought it was about time I had some coffee cups for my new beverage station. So anyway, make sure you do that, and maybe if you do, well, let's see. I doubt it'll get there before your giveaway, but that would be nice. But anyway, yeah, just let me know. Send me an email, and I'll get that ordered for you. And of course, if you'd rather have like the coffee cup or something like that, that's fine too. But I figure you'd probably rather have the T-shirt. And my stickers, it's the holographic stickers, the Sticker Mule, their promotional thing that they do. I ordered the 50 of those, and they're supposed to be here tomorrow. And so I'll make sure I send you one, Danny, for sure. And I'm going to go back to people that I've gotten stickers from first. And then I have a couple of people that I've talked to about getting stickers out. So Jamie's Country Living, cool. I will put you down. And just remember, anybody I send in to, if you have stickers, I know not everybody does it because it took me this long to get them ordered for me. So I know not everybody has them. But if you do, and I don't already have your stickers, I need one of your magnets, Danny. I have a sticker, but not a magnet. Yeah, CNC Farm, I definitely send you one. And then, like I said, so anybody who has them, if you'll send one to me, I would appreciate that. To add to my sticker board, I think I can get 7 or so maybe on this board, and then I'm going to start my next one. So all right, so I got you 2 down, CNC, Jamie's Country Living. And then, let's see, what else have we got going on? I have agreed to be a part of the cookie collaboration. You need to tell me a little bit more about it because I really don't know anything about it at all. So you need to give me at least a little bit of information. You don't have to give me all the details yet if you don't have them all lined out, but I kind of like to know what I got myself into. Let's see. Yeah, and see, Nightbot posted my store there too also. So 12 days of cookies. Email coming soon. Cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, Ashley, for inviting me into that one. And I was going to look into the pumpkin palooza, but that does me no good whatsoever because not a single person in this house eats anything pumpkin. So I figured that's probably not a good one for me. You have to make 24 dozen cookies and mail them to me. Now you sound like Dale over at 9 Acre Farm and Jesse, Lazy Days Ahead. I do seriously, when I make these, I want to try and incorporate the vanilla that I got from Jesse, and I want to see if there's a way that I could possibly send him a few of the cookies. So you're in the Pumpkin Palooza. Yeah, digging for health. Hello, thank you for coming in. Neither do we. Maybe. Yes, yeah. At least you do have Emma, but nobody in this house. And actually, I mean, most of my family is back in Arkansas, and to judge the winners. And anyway, the rest of this side of the family is like an hour away. We don't see anybody unless it's a holiday or something where we're getting together. So I have no reason at all to make anything pumpkin because why make it if it's going to go to waste? And I can't even tell you if it's any good because I won't taste it. So, JD, Danny, Ashley, Paul, all the awesome people are here. Don't watch water boil, yeah. Yeah, I thought about just going ahead and making some. It's funny because your taste buds change as you get older, but pumpkin is not one of the things that has changed for me. But I didn't used to eat cheesecake at all. But everybody else in my family and my kids, when they were growing up, they loved cheesecake. So I used to make a cheesecake, and everybody always talked about how good it was, one of the best cheesecakes they ever had, and always wanted me to make cheesecake. And I couldn't taste it or anything, but I was always making it. Well, now I like cheesecake. Gotta get my stretchy pants out. Yeah, this is the time of the year that I start thinking about getting my stretchy pants out anyway, because you start talking about candy from Halloween and then into Thanksgiving and then into Christmas, and it's a bad 3 months when it comes to if you're trying to keep a decent waistline. So it's that season. Yep, it's exactly what I'm saying. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing sweatpants. It's in my shirt. I'm wearing my Corn Fed Life t-shirt. This is the only creator t-shirt that I own. So, and hopefully by next week, because my shirts are supposed to be here, I think Friday or Saturday. Hopefully I'll be wearing my t-shirt next week. So. Sometimes. And I'm sorry, guys, that I don't have like a whole lot of stuff to talk about. I was hoping, I've said it before, I get on here and I think to myself, what the heck am I going to say for an hour? And then, you know, we always manage to find a way to talk for an hour, and I enjoy it every time. Yeah, that was an accident, Paul. Sorry. My computer's lagging a little bit and my comments were behind. And I tried to hit the thing to catch up to the bottom of the comments, and it went away just in time to click on your comment there. Okay, so after talking to you guys last time, I did decide that I am not going to start a second channel. I'm just going to try and keep everything on this one, especially since things like this keep coming up. I'm doing good to keep up with one channel. So I am going to keep everything on just the one channel. And now I have to work my way back into getting caught up and all that fun stuff. But I did manage to get the wine video posted Friday. Now I had the what was it? The grape wine that I had done, and I wasn't really going to post that one unless I needed it. But now here I am this week with no videos because I was sick all week. So I think all I have to do is just a little bit of editing tomorrow, because I had it mostly edited already. And I'll just go ahead and probably post that one on Friday, because that one will be, it's a little different than the other ones, if anybody even cares about watching the wine videos, because I had done some mixture with the plum wine that I got too sweet. So I mixed them together and all that. So anyway, that video I'll probably go ahead and post on Friday. That way for the week, I will have only missed the one video that would have come out on Monday. So I was not talking about a crock pot collab. I was talking about a meals in a jar type collab. I have been jotting down some things, and I am definitely putting it together. I kind of announced it a little bit on Danny's live. So I am putting that together. I do need to know anybody who's going to be interested in doing that. Chicken Big Mountain. Hello, how are you, Brad? So anyway, anybody who is interested, I need you to send me an email so I can start kind of putting things together. Now, what I'm thinking is, because meals in a jar can go two ways. It can go canning, like your, say beef stew, chili beans, things like that. I mention those all the time because those are two that I do a lot of. But it can also go into the dehydrated or freeze-dried side, where people have all their dry ingredients that are canned and ready to go, so that all you have to do is add your water or some kind of liquid to it. So I was thinking, based on the number of people that I find that are interested, I would kind of like to have maybe one video each day, because this is in February, because I figure if we kind of get it all lined out ahead of time, everybody's going to have all the holiday stuff coming up and all your baking and getting prepared for the holidays. So I don't want to bombard people with all of that. But at the same time, if you know ahead of time and you make Thanksgiving dinner, and then there's something that you do to can a meal with the leftover turkey or something like that, you can always do it and get the video prepared and ready to go out for the collaboration. So my idea is anyway to have one video per day that is a canning meal in a jar, and one video that is a dry, dehydrated, freeze dried, whatever meal in a jar. If I have enough people who from both sides of it. And I want it to be basically a complete meal in a jar, and I'm okay with like, say if you're doing a canning one and you have say 2 jars, because some people like to do their meat part separate from the other stuff because the meat takes so long to process when you can it. So if you have to open 2 jars and put them together, that's fine too. I'm also okay with if you have to, once you put it in the pot to warm it up, if you have to add cream or cornstarch or something to thicken, or like the rice, things that we don't typically can or are not safe to can. So that's okay too. But but anyways, that's my idea. I'm hoping to get enough people. Like I said, if I don't have enough, and I say I only get 28 people or whatever that are interested total, then we'll just do one video per day. But like I said, if I can get people who want to do both, then we'll kind of, that's why I wanted to get it started now, so I have an idea of how it's going to go, and then that way I can put it together and hone in on the details once I know how many people might actually be interested in it. So please, please, please let me know. Send me an email just if you're just interested. That's all I need to know, so that I can have an idea what I'm getting myself into and how I want to put it together. So like the dry goods that are for gifts. Yeah, a lot of people do those, even if, and it doesn't have to be necessarily a meal. It can be a dessert, but preferably not like just I don't want to see like green beans. Now, if you can find a way to do a green bean casserole in a jar, I would love to see that. But anyway, I'd like for it to be like a complete meal, if possible. A one pot meal, you know what I mean. The idea is, if things were, if you had to, you didn't have, say you didn't have electricity and you have a barbecue or burn pit, or whatever you want to use, if you poured something in the pot and maybe had to add water or whatever, that was all you need to do to have something to eat. So 12 Stones Ranch, hello, how are you? I don't have the means to do that one. Yes, but if you do, Jamie, if you do canning, that's okay too. I'm talking about possibly having both. So if you can meals in a jar, like I said, I do the beef stews and stuff like that all the time. Yes, you could if you have a freeze dryer. That would be, I would love to see that. That's one of my goals. I will have a freeze dryer before it's over. So, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to get away from like just the basics. Like I said, I don't want to see just like basic green beans or whatever. I want to see something that's either a meal or I know green bean casserole would be a side dish, but it is a complicated side dish, I guess you could say, because it has several ingredients in it or whatever. So, so that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? And plus, we have people who don't eat meat, so for some people, something like that would be a meal. I'm like a big kid with this thing. So, do I take it some of you would be interested in doing that collaboration. See, I miss anybody else? Cookie jars and soup jars for Christmas with the dried goods in it. Yeah, yes. Yeah, even that would be okay too. That's like I'm saying. It doesn't have to be the dried. It can, but it could be either or. So it could be cheaper if you could make all you could drink, right? Talking about the wine, I'm sure. um, yeah, I'm finding I really like making the wine. It is, it's very delicious. It's very cheap. Um, it just takes some time, and it's a way for me to use some of the fruits and stuff that I'm always going to have anyway. Paul, I hear you. I am in the same boat. Although I will tell you, I weighed myself yesterday, so I'm sure it's even more today. But as of yesterday, I had lost 6 pounds this week from this, as Gary at Belt Loop 29 would say, this kofifi. I'm like, yeah, ice cream sandwich is cool. Yeah, if I felt better, I might would do that, but this is the wrong day for that. So, but I will one of these times. Maybe I'll come on here with one or two different kinds and show you what they look like, and because it amazes me how clear they get. And some people will use agents or different things that chemicals or whatever that can be used for clarifying the wine. But I have found so far the 3 that I have done, I have not needed to do that because they have gotten like crystal clear on their own. So very happy with that. So anyway, yes, I'm glad you reminded me about the collaboration because I did want to talk about that today. So definitely let me know if you are interested. I refuse to get on the doctor's scales anymore. I swear I heard them groan last time I got on. Yeah. Yeah. I weigh what I weigh. That's just the way it is. And we've been somewhat, I mean, not really dieting, but more of a just kind of watching what we eat kind of thing. You have not canned meals. Well, this would be a good time for you to try something. They're very nice to have on hand. Huh. So anyway, yes, definitely let me know because I need to start putting a list together so I can have an idea how the turnout's going to be. So preferably sooner than later so I can get that all figured out. Tony, Kettle Kitchen, hello. Thank you for stopping in. We were just talking about a collaboration that I am going to do. It will be for February because people, I mean, there's a lot of collaborations going on right now. And then you also have all the Thanksgiving preparations and Christmas preparations and all that. So I didn't want to bombard people too much. And then, as I said, at the same time, it would, if people wanted to do it during the Thanksgiving or Christmas season, they could and just have their video ready. But I want to do a feast in a jar, preferably full meals in a jar. And it can be, we can take it both ways. I'd like to have some people who are doing the canning. As I said, I do beef stews and chili beans and things. So you can go that route, or I'd even like to see some of the dried or freeze-dried, dehydrated, depending, meals in a jar, that direction. So yes, that is the one that I'm going to be putting together. I'm trying to get an idea as quick as possible how many people might be interested in doing it. So if you're interested, please let me know. Send me an email, whatever, so that I can start putting a list together and have an idea how many people might jump on board with this one, so that I can start seeing how I want to put it together. Because based on how many people might, how this goes, based on how many people might be interested, will kind of determine how I set it up for the month of February. So, February. I'm hoping to do every day during the month of February. Like I said, it would be nice. Any rules? Not really. The idea is preferably a full meal in a jar or 2 jars. As I said before, some people like to can their meat part of it separate from the other part because the meat has to process for so long. So they don't want the other stuff to get mushy and things like that. So if you have to open up 2 jars or 3 jars to put the full meal together, that's fine too. And it's okay if it still needs to have, your cream or, milk, cheese, rice, things that you're not supposed to can. If those things need to be added after the fact, that's okay too. I'm okay with that. And it doesn't have to be like, it can be a full-blown dessert. It can be, we were using the example earlier about, I don't want to see just plain green beans, but, and then I said, if somebody could figure out a way to do a full green bean casserole in a jar, that would be wonderful. Turns out you probably could do it if you have a freeze dryer. So, something like that would be okay, because like for vegetarians and stuff, that would be a meal anyway. So I'm okay with that. I just don't want to see the basic, throw some carrots in a jar or green beans or, whatever. I want to see more elaborate if you're going to do the side dishes. Can't, because I'm in a big collab in February. Which one are you in? There's no reason why you can't do 2. Turn up your free time again. So anyway, that's kind of the idea. I haven't set down, complete rules yet. I will get there. Right now, I'm just trying to get an idea how many people. Oh yeah, I know how that one works. But anyway, it's just to right now trying to see how many people might be interested in doing it, so I can get an idea how I want to set it up, and then I'll try and get it put together as quick as possible. Because again, I want to do like you did for the last Champs Cook-Off, having more time in advance to be able to put your video together. Because as I said, I'm trying not to bombard people during the busy holiday season. But again, if you make a turkey for Thanksgiving and then you turn around and can the rest of it into something that's in a meal after Thanksgiving is over, you could, have your video done ahead of time. I hear you. That's fine. But again, keep in mind, the videos will come out in February. Doesn't mean you have to do it in February. You could actually film your video December or January or whatever to come out in February. So you still could do it. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. The dry meal in a jar is fine too. I was kind of hoping there would be enough people interested in both ways that during the month of February, each day we could have one video post that's the canning and one video post that is dried. So it's kind of what I'm hoping for. But again, I got to know how many people would be interested before I know what I want to do there. So yes, that's why I said both ways, because meals in a jar does go both ways. Sometimes it means you canned it. Sometimes it means it's a dehydrated or freeze-dried products that are put together in a jar, like you would give for a gift. So yes, that would be perfectly fine. Just let me know. LB, Woman Outdoors, hello. Thank you for stopping in. Trying to think of what I would do. Yeah, I'm in. I just can more ingredient canning, but again, I'm always up for a challenge. I hear you. You know, like I said, I'm like you. I like to do the ingredients, but I also, because I work evenings, I try and have things ready that my husband can just open the jar, stick it in a pot, and warm it up. So that is why I keep the beef stew and the chili beans and a chicken, like a chicken soup kind of thing. I try and keep things like that made for him so he can warm those up. So I will put you down, Tony, as interested. And as I said, it's going to be called hashtag Feast in a Jar. And then we'll go from there. That's what makes canning so effective, yes. Yeah, but I do, like you, I can a lot of stuff separately. I have my chicken and pork roast pieces and stew meat and whatever that can be added to anything. So that's okay, Jamie. So anyway, yes, definitely let me know if you're interested. I got to start putting this together. I know it's several months away, but again, I need to see what I can get put together and see how we want to do the structure of this, and, how many people would be interested, all that. And I already have your email, Tony, so I put your name down so you don't have to worry about sending me one right now. But anybody else, please send me an email if you are interested. So anyway, I'm so glad. I was telling everybody at the beginning, for those of you who came in after, I have had the big C. I started getting it last Thursday evening, and it has been kicking my butt. It's been a very rough week, so I was behind on everything. I wanted to have more of this collaboration put together to talk about on my live today, but that didn't happen. So aren't always so annoying. How dare they call while you're watching YouTube? I'm going to need you to repeat everything you said in the last 15 minutes. Basically, Danny, I expect you to join this collaboration. What's the collab really, though? Okay. It is going to be hashtag Feast in a Jar. And as I said, you can go both directions with that. Canning a meal in a jar or doing the dried, dehydrated, freeze-dried, whatever the case may be, meal in a jar. You go both ways. don't want to see, not everybody eats meats, so, side dishes and things are okay, but I don't want to see the basic green beans and stuff like that. And the example we used was if you could do a green bean casserole in a jar, that would be wonderful. Um, it's okay if it's something that has to have, there are certain things that you're not supposed to can with. So if after it's put in a pot to be warmed up or rehydrated or something like that, it's okay if you still have to add your cream or cheese or or rice or those types of things. If those still need to be added after the fact, that's okay. Yes, like a ready meal in a jar, like a beef stew, and it can also be dessert. If you want to do a dessert that is ready made in a jar, that's fine too. And especially on the dried or dehydrated side of that, I think some of the desserts would be easier that way. But that's okay if you want to do a dessert. I just, like I said, I don't want to see basic green beans and basic carrots in a jar, whatever. I'd like to see some more complicated side dishes or full ready-made meals. So interesting. Yeah. Anyway, and it's going to be for the month of February. You can, get your video ready anytime between now and then, of course. But the videos will drop during the month of February. And I'm trying to get an idea how many people would be interested in doing the collaboration in order to figure out how I want to put the structure together. So, I'm not a very big channel or anything, so I don't know if I'll have 5 people or if I'm going to be like Mitchell with the Last Chance Cook-Off and end up with 100 people. I don't know. So I need to have an idea how many people are interested so that I can get an idea of what I'm in for. I'm eating home-baked French fries for dinner. I'm pretty basic. I hear you. I took, because today's really the first day that you still haven't canned anything, but you will give it a shot. Well, see, there you go. Be an excuse to do it. Anyway, we haven't really been able to eat anything, and oh my, the big C gives you like terrible taste and smell and all that problems already. But the medication that they give you, if they should happen to give you that to take, it gives you the nastiest taste in your mouth. Yes, you can chili. Yes, you can. Anyway, the nastiest, they tell you when they're giving you the medication that it can cause a metallic taste. I don't know that metallic is the way that I would describe it. All I know is it was nasty. And it started, you had to take the medication every 12 hours. So like I'm taking mine 9 a.m., 9 p.m. So if I take it at 9 a.m., along about 10 o'clock, I start getting that taste in my mouth and everything tastes horrible. And then it lets up about 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, maybe a couple hours before it's time to take it again. So basically you have this nasty taste in your mouth the whole time. Well, that finally has gone away pretty good today for me. So I have not done a video on regular chili, but I have done a video on chili beans. It is in my playlist. So anyway, today yesterday I had taken out a London broil roast that when I put it in the freezer, I used a it wasn't Italian dressing, but it was a marinade that's kind of like an Italian dressing. Anyway, I put the Italian dressing in there, and I put some seasonings in it, and then I froze it that way. So yesterday, I I took it out of the freezer, and then just a little bit ago, I took and because they're kind of round and skinny, and I just cut little cutlet slices off of it, and fried them. And then what happens while you're frying them in a regular pan, instead of doing them like on a grill or something, is the juices from the meat and then the marinade that's still on it comes together and creates almost like a sauce. And oh man, was that good. And then, of course, I just made some basic rice to go with it because my husband needed to stay basic. Score one with the big guy. That's okay. Thank you for stopping by. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, so anyway, that meat, because I haven't really been able to eat in like a week. Oh, it was so good. Now I don't know if it was so good because I haven't been able to eat in a week, or because it was just that good. But man, it was very good. It would be like when we were kids and parents used to make us play with the kids with the chicken pox. Yeah, yeah, because it's so much easier on a kid than it is to get it later in life. So anyway, how are we? Ooh, we are almost out of time, aren't we, Paul? How are we doing? It's getting mixed up with your beef stew canning you did. Yeah, I did that. But like I said, I also did the chili beans. So, and I will have more to come because I have figured out if I post a video about canning, basically, any canning or recanning, any of that stuff, I get anywhere from 500 to 2,500 views on that video. If I post anything else, I get like 50 views. So it is very apparent that most of the people who watch my videos want to see the canning and stuff. I'm still going to do the other stuff because, you guys have said you like the, the winemaking and some of the other things that I do. And as I do more of those, I'm sure more people will start to watch those. But 7 minutes, okay. But I definitely need to do more, which I don't know how I can do more. That's most of my videos are canning videos. It's just kind of strayed away from them while we were doing the renovations and stuff like that. So getting ready for my 32-ounce coffee for the night. So anyway, you will definitely see more canning videos coming your way. So because that is what the bulk of my audience likes to see. So I have not seen. Do any of you guys know if um, Stephen, Mr. Boots and Bounty Help Desk, if he is going to be on tonight at all? I haven't seen anything post about it, and usually we do ahead of time. I know that they had some stuff going on with the house, so he may not be on tonight. But if he is, he usually follows me. If not, there is also the Mama V at Possum Run Homestead will be after me. And then after that is Simple Life Reclaimed. I'm sure they're posting, Paul will know better than I am, but I'm sure they're posting on their Real Talk with SLR channel. And then after that is David at Come On Homestead, and then Mike and Terry at MT Homestead. Have a good day, CNC Farm. Ashley, I appreciate you coming in. And then after MT Homestead will be Brian at the Vineyard Farmhouse. So make sure you check those guys out. And I'm trying to put together a list of who does lives when. I know that Wendy at Willoway Ranch did one, and so I need to see if I can get a copy of hers and then just elaborate on it from what I know. So thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'm sorry I didn't have more structured information for today. But I was doing good just to be on here, so I appreciate you guys, and please do not forget to send me an email if you are interested in doing this collaboration so that I can start that. So thank you, Andrea. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good night, and I definitely look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Thank you, Danny. We go with my other, I have 3 magnets, Boots and Bounty, Mr. Boots and Bounty, Lazy Days Ahead. So if I can add Danny Days, that'll be great. Angelica Warrior, hello, left a thumbs up. We are just getting off of here. It is time for Mama V over at Possum Run Homestead. So we are getting ready to call it. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping in and making this so easy for me. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you.